All right. Got so much to share today. It's Monday, and I've been a little out of commission the last few days. I've had a cold, but lots has happened. Lots has happened. You know, Dad's in recovery is it's happening, and we've got our kind of first event coming up on the 29th. I'm excited about that, and I'm deep in it. I'm so involved, I guess is what you would say. And men are showing up. I had a fella call me today. This is the second guy with 10 kids. And wow, I'm excited for him and for his kids. The possibility, of healing is just amazing. And sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, like they say. And it points out in the recovery program that a long period of rebuilding is ahead. But when we can be in the company of men who have done it, who are doing it, you know, I talk to a lot of men. Nobody says, "Gee, I'm not interested in having a relationship with my kids." They all say that they want that. Now, many of them have given up. They're not. They don't think it can happen. Maybe they're like, they feel like they've burned the bridges too many times, and I don't think that's true. I really don't. I think that if it's top of mind and we don't run away from it and we don't hide, because it brings up feelings, and we've got to be used to that feelings are going to come up. We're afraid. Men are afraid that they're going to be rejected by their kids, and their kids, of course, when we were in active alcoholism or addiction, our kids experienced rejection by us. At least that's what it looked like to them. And you know we just weren't there. We couldn't be there, and because we're not ourselves, whoever ourselves are. But we weren't, we just weren't available for life when we were in addiction, when we were in active addiction. So now here we are. We're dads in recovery, and my goal, my passion, it's just my obsession, if you will, is to help men to grow in that job, to help us, to change our thinking, to let go of our old ideas about what does being a dad mean. You know, we're not going to get back where we were, but we're going to recreate and reactivate. And I was talking to a mom today, and her guy has just come a long way in a short time with their kids and with her, and there's just been so much healing happening in that family, and her gratitude was so palatable. It was just beautiful, and yeah, I won't say much more than that because it's personal between them. But boy, it was just, I'm so tickled to be a part of that, and you know, this everybody that I'm kind of. I don't have a big marketing budget. I don't have any marketing budget actually, and in a lot of cases, the guys that want to come don't have any money, and so it's not going to come from sales, if you will. And so I don't really know how this is all going to work, but my mission is to help men, and I mean I still have to pay for the hall and food and all that kind of stuff, but it'll come together, I'm sure. I have faith that this is meant to be, and yes. And anyway, what was I saying? That I've kind of opened it up. It isn't, you know, in the beginning, I thought that people would at least be able to pay for their lunch, which was $25. And I've had some guys say, "Well, I can't. I don't even know that I can put that together." But they're in early recovery, and I said, "Come anyway. Don't worry about it. We'll look after it. We'll figure it out." And so if you're watching this and you're wondering, how much this cost, it's not about that. Let me know where you're at. And if guys are doing well and they can chip in more, they will. And because every man that I talk to is really interested in helping the other men. They know that in the rooms, if we're in recovery, it's not talked about a lot. Yes, we're struggling, all of us, to live these principles in all our affairs. We want to live these principles in our family affairs, but without somebody shining the light a little bit on what does that look like, it's not easy to pick it all out. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to support men. We are supporting men in growing into loving, trusted and trusting dads. And one of the things I was, a lot of men had no role model. It's just a fact. They had no role model. And, the question I ask is to men when I'm kind of interviewing them, because to come to this program and be part of our community is, tell me about your dad. And many of them didn't have that. And so we're going to break the chain, right? We don't want your kids to say, well, I didn't, the bastard never showed up. Got sober, but I didn't really see him. And we want us. We're going to be there as much as we can. But a lot of men, grown men, when I talk to them about their dad, he wasn't around. He was an addict or an alcoholic, or he was in jail, or he was, maybe he was there, but he wasn't very active. He didn't know how to communicate, or he didn't, and so that's a big part of it. How was your relationship with your dad? And yes, so we're going to work on that day. That's a big piece, I think, is going to come out that day. What was your relationship with your dad? And we want to help men be the best dads they can be, and not just to say, well, I don't want to be like my dad, but more, how do we show up, and to be there for our kids. That's it. The other thing here is that I cannot possibly reach all the men that are out there that might benefit from this. If you could share this, right? And if you're watching it on YouTube, click like or make a comment or share it. That would be helpful. I mean, how else can I possibly get to all the people I want to get to? And if you're in a treatment center, your staff at a treatment center, or send your guys, and we'll get it worked out somehow. And let's help men to really look at this, and to find other men to work with and to learn from. Okay, I appreciate that, and we're in this together. It's kind of a community thing. I'm loving it. Thank you. Love you. Cheers.